at last year's CinemaCon, Sony kind of created a bit of a stir by doing two big announcements. Announcement number one was that they were doing another Spider-Man universe film with the character El Muerto. Cool. But then the second thing they announced was, and it's going to be played by international music icon Taylor Swift. I mean, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. And Bad Bunny comes walking out on stage. He comes out on stage to talk to everybody, and he's all excited about playing El Muerto and all this kind of stuff. Some time passes. Nothing gets heard from again. And then a number of months ago, you guys will remember that a story came out that said Bad Bunny was no longer going to be attached to the project. And a lot of us thought the project was now dead. But apparently now, El Muerto is back on. They're developing it again. Is Bad Bunny going to be in it? Nope. This comes to us from the Popverse, who wrote the following. This comes from a feature piece from Variety that casually mentioned, without citing any particular source, that the anti-hero comic book film was being developed again, but that Bad Bunny was out. The rapper slash wrestler slash actor first mentioned that he was no longer involved in the project in a Vanity Fair profile in September of 2023. But this is the first time that we've heard that the El Muerto movie was going ahead without him. All right. I'm not going to be facetious. You guys know how I feel about this. I think my wife is a big fan of Bad Bunny's music, and she's played a lot of it for me. Dude can get your hips swaying. I mean, this dude creates music.
That is very true.
It's very hard not to move your body when you hear his music. He's got some pretty killer music.
Yes, he does.
And I've seen him pop up in wrestling things. It's like, look at what that little guy is doing.
Bullet Train, dude.
It's pretty impressive what he can do, right? And I love Bullet Train. He popped up and played this character in Bullet Train. But, and there's no denying the star power he brings, 100%. But he's not an actor. And while he could just make a really angry face and yell, "I'm going to kill you" in Bullet Train, I mean, I could have done that. I couldn't have made it look as good as he made it look. But he's not an actor. And to suddenly now take him and make him the lead, that the whole movie is going to rest on your shoulders and your ability to make the audience buy into this movie. That was a mistake. And I said that at CinemaCon. I said, this is a mistake. He's going to bring a lot of eyeballs to it, get some people's attention. You know, Taylor Swift was in a couple of movies last year, and ain't nobody go to see those, even though she's like the biggest actor in the world. And it made me worried that their first priority was not to make the best movie possible. If your priority was to make the best movie possible, they would have gone out and got the best actor possible that was available to them to come in and do the role. And that was not Bad Bunny. And I like this guy a lot. And I'm not saying Bad Bunny can't become a good, serviceable actor. I think everybody can. I think Bad Bunny can as well. But he's not at the point that he can play the lead and carry a movie in something like this. So I would actually say this is probably good news for the movie. I think this means automatically the movie's going to be a little bit better than it was going to be, simply because they're probably going to end up with a much more talented actor playing the role. And a few years from now, we might be talking about Bad Bunny getting more acting roles and developing the craft and sharpening his skills and maybe getting to the point that it can be. But I don't think it's now. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Fume. Quitting cold turkey is great in theory, but you and I both know it's way more difficult than that. And that's why there's a better way to break your bad habits. We're not talking about some fake online promises. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume. And they look at the problem in a different way. Instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavor-aired device that does just that. See, instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful
chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. You get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. I personally didn't know what to expect when I first got my Fume. I mean, I've never liked vapes, but my goodness, the taste. The first time I tried it, I was completely sold on it. It was incredible. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 150,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use the code CAMPEA to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com and use the code CAMPEA to save an additional 10% off your order today.
So, Rob, it's another question altogether about whether Sony should be making these Spider-Man-less Spider-Man movies, especially with Madam Web coming out and
Have we
nobody
checked
caring.
in with the ticket sales today?
I probably should do that in a little bit. That aside, I think this is actually a good thing for the movie. I don't know. How do you feel about this?
I completely agree with you. I mean, I think doing an El Muerto movie is a really good idea. And there's so many, you talk about, everybody talks about representation and things like that, but when you actually have a Latino character, there's so many great Latino actors, and many haven't broken in the United States yet. I mean, it's a great opportunity. Yeah, I know we want star power, but like you said, Bad Bunny is, no matter what, he could be the greatest actor in the world, but it's still stunt casting. And I understand that. Everybody, why not? You put a quantity in something and you're going to hopefully turn it into a hit. But I think, treat it like a movie. You need to find the best actor for the role. I mean, Shaq did not save Seal. I mean, as much as I love Shaq. I think he's so funny, and I love seeing him whenever he's doing everything, but he's just not an actor, And I wanted to love Steel because I love the whole Death of Superman, the Four Supermen and John Henry and all that. But I think this is a good idea that they have replaced him. I hope they do make the movie, though. I think it could be a banger.
All right, let's do our Ray. Give me some news music. Let's go to Madam Web Ticket Watch. All right. Since Rob brought it up, speaking of the Sony Spider-Man-less universe, we'll go to the first non-afternoon screening. This is opening day. Madam Web, yesterday I believe they had 5 tickets sold. Today,
Oh, no.
watch, it's half full.
Oh.
Still 5 tickets.
All right. Well, those 5 are dedicated.
So the good news is if you're worried about being able to get seats for Madam Web, you're probably going to be able to get seats for Madam Web.
But the bad news is nobody watched our show yesterday that lives in the vicinity of the Tyler Galleria.
Or maybe they didn't realize, we've got time. And Bad Bunny or not, I have a feeling El Muerto's ticket sales are going to look similar to this. But anyway, we'll see. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.